What's up, everyone, and welcome back. Sorry about the long wait. I know it's been about 3 weeks since the last time I've uploaded on YouTube, but rest assured, everything's all good now. My life's been a little bit crazy. I was sick for about 2 weeks, and so was my fiance, Elisa. Actually, hers was a little bit worse. We had to get her medication, and it took her about an extra week to get fully recovered. Not only that, but it's been monsoon season here, and we also have a new addition to the family. We rescued Eliza's dog. He had a very big tick problem, and he was in critical condition. He lost a lot of blood, and we had to go to the vet multiple times. He was in critical condition, but now he's doing a lot better. He's gaining weight again, and for the most part, he's gonna make a nice recovery. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been subscribing and commenting to my channel. We're at about almost 200 subscribers now, which is insane. Specifically, my budget video has really blown up. We've gotten about 6,000 views, probably a little bit more by the time I upload this video. And so today, just to get back into the swing of things, I decided to go into the comments, find out all of the questions that you guys have been asking, and go ahead and answer them in long form video format. So today's first question is, how do you earn $3,000 a month without working? So technically I do work. I have a business that I started here in June 2025, and I do web development. So if any of you guys do need web development, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to help you out. But for the majority of my money coming in every single month, I do get VA disability compensation from my time with the US Army. The next question is, what website were you using to show those rentals with, as well as what website do you go to find nice houses in Angeles City? So I think I mentioned in the video that the best place to look is Facebook Marketplace. Facebook is the biggest thing in the Philippines. Everyone uses it for connecting personally and connecting with businesses, as well as finding services and anything else that you might need while you're out here. So I would definitely go onto Facebook Marketplace and try to find exactly where you're trying to live and message those people. Also, keep in mind that when you are looking for rentals, that most of the time you're going to need to pay 3 months up front in order for you to move in. And that includes, your first month, last month, as well as security deposit. And that should set you up for finding an apartment and getting yourself moved in. Next question is, someone asked if they can get a subdivision tour of exactly where I'm living. So since it is monsoon season, it's been raining, thunderstorms a lot lately, and it's been hard to get time and good weather to record the subdivision, but best believe I am trying to get a good recording. I do have one of me walking my dogs, but it's a very long video and I wasn't really focusing on the amenities or the neighborhood. So I'll try to get that video out as quickly as I can. So thanks for the question. The next question is, do you still file taxes at the end of the year and medical insurance? So if you are from the United States and you're living in the Philippines, you do need to submit your taxes every single year. If you are running a business here and you are making income, you do not have to report that to the IRS in the US. And if you are reporting $0 income, you still need to file that. As far as medical insurance goes, I know that it's not mandatory in the whole of the United States anymore, but there are certain states where you do need to file medical insurance. So depending on what state you live in, you do need to file those. Me personally, I'm not really sure. So make sure you check with the IRS or whoever you're going through to check on that. But me personally, I get insurance information from the VA, so I just go ahead and file that whenever I file my taxes at the end of the year. The next question is, if I can spend $2,000 a month, that should be enough, right? And I think they're specifically talking about BGC in Manila. So $2,000 a month, if you're living by yourself, might be enough, but it is the capital of the country, and me personally, I don't think $2,000 a month is enough for you to live comfortably in Manila, just because it is a lot more expensive, especially if you're considering BGC. I did look at some places on Facebook Marketplace just before I recorded this, and a lot of the decent places are already about $1,000 to $1,500 every single month, and those are like all right places. If you're trying to get like the 2 bedrooms, the 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, anything like that with a parking space, all of that nice stuff, I was seeing places upwards of $2,000 to $3,000 a month just for your rent. So my advice to you is, if you are set on $2,000 a month, I would look at other places in Manila, not specifically BGC, to find your rental property. And then if there's any place that you want to go to, you can have that extra money that you're saving from your rent to just commute to those places that you want to go to. Because I don't think that you would want to spend almost all of your money just on your rent, right? The reason why we move over here to the Philippines is so that you can enjoy a higher standard of life, as well as travel and meet really cool people. So maybe you should settle on something a little bit further away from BGC, just so you can hit that sweet spot of about like $600 to $800. That way the rest of your money can go to transportation, electricity, water, and then going out, doing the things that you love to do. Our next question is, what subdivision am I in, and if there's any nice private schools around me? And I think this question comes from someone who's a Filipino American. So as far as my subdivision goes, I'm in Villa Belen. That's close to the private hospital AUF. And as far as private schools go, there are, I think, 3 near me. And me personally, I was planning on sending my daughter to a public school at first. But then when I did some research, I found out that if she ever did decide to go to the US, or if we ever moved back to the US, she would have to take extra courses just so she can catch up to the other kids her age. So that's why I started looking into private schools, and there are 2 specific ones here. One of them is like International School, something St. Michael's or St. Paul's International School, and that one actually follows the US curriculum. So if we ever did move back to the US, then she would just go right into the grade that she's supposed to be in without having to take any additional courses. So if you are planning on coming over here with some kids, and you do plan on going back to the US eventually, maybe one of those US curriculum schools would be your best bet. But I did see that the class sizes were very small. So I'm me personally, up in the air with this, because I do want my daughter to be socialized, where she has a ton of different friends from a bunch of different backgrounds, so that, she doesn't think that she's like a rich kid, or that yada yada yada, all of those things that come with private school. But I also don't want her to be left behind if we ever do go back to the US. So with that in mind, try to decide what's best for you and your family. And there are a lot of other subdivisions around the area that are more affordable and also more expensive, depending on what you're looking for. The next question is if I'm in the province, and they also mentioned that they found a 1-bedroom penthouse in Makati for $50,000, and I think that's about the minimum. So I don't live in the province right now, but I did live in the province for about the first 7 months that I lived here. It was really cool. Definitely an eye-opener. Life is a lot slower, but it's also a lot more boring. If there's anything that you wanted to do, like going out, seeing a movie, going to the mall, you'd have to travel up to an hour, maybe 2 hours to get to a city that even has those things. So it's really up to you. Some people do prefer the province area, and then some people like big cities. For me personally, I do like the province as far as lifestyle goes, because it is a lot slower, but I do still want like an SNR near me, which is like the Philippine Costco, or an SM, so that I can go to the mall and buy computer stuff or new Nikes or whatever. The 1-bedroom penthouse in Makati for $50,000 is kind of the average over there, right? And I'm sure it wasn't even a very nice penthouse, because Makati and BGC are probably the most high-end areas in Manila. Like previously, I would suggest that if you're only have like $2,000, should look at places outside of Makati and outside of BGC. and then just commute to the places that you do want to go to, because you are going to be saving a lot more money instead of just spending most of your money on rent and then you can't even go out, right? The next question is what's my business, or what is my job here? I currently don't have a job, and I do have a business here where I do web design. So another shameless plug. And if any of you guys need a web designer, or if you need anyone to help you out, feel free to let me know and I can definitely help you out with that. And then as far as the job goes, I do have a lot of experience as far as work goes, and I was contemplating on trying to get a job here in the Philippines. But when I was looking at the salary range for most jobs, it wasn't worth the effort. I think the average salary here is like $300 upwards of like $1,000 a month. So for me, working 8 hours a day, maybe 10 hours a day, only making $600 a month, it's definitely not worth it. But hopefully my business does take off, maybe with your help, and I start making a little bit more money. The last question we have today is, what games do you play? So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have a lot of nerdy stuff in the background. D&D books right here, Funko Pops. My brother and I did run a business that was all about nerdy stuff in Los Angeles, California, called King Fandom. We did Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic the Gathering. We did D&D nights. I'm all into anime, love playing video games. So as far as games go, my main games right now are Diablo 2 Resurrected. I also play a lot of RimWorld. I play basically a lot of indie games. Previously, I was playing World of Warcraft, Hardcore, just a lot of games. Mostly now, I'm just playing Diablo 2 because I can just jump on the game, play for like 30 minutes, and then stop. All of those games that require like an hour to 3 hours, I can't really do that anymore because I do have so many things that I need to take care of around the household, with my family, spending time with them. So I can't be doing those kind of games anymore, but inside my heart, I'm still a first-person shooter player. Oh, and then the last thing, I wanted to make a video of this later, but gaming here in the Philippines is still really big, but a lot of the people here don't have consoles, or they don't have high-end PCs to play the games that a lot of people in the US play. So a lot of people here play on their phones, and more specifically, the most popular game here is called Mobile Legends Bang Bang, which is basically a knockoff of League of Legends. And honestly, I've been having a lot of fun playing. My fiance Eliza plays. She's actually reached the highest rank, so she actually carries me a lot when we play. That's just for now, until I get a lot better. And yeah, so that about wraps up all of the questions that you guys have left in the comment section of my budget video. Really appreciate everybody for subscribing, liking, and commenting. And I hope that this answers a lot of questions that people may or may not have regarding moving over to the Philippines. And if you guys have any more questions that you guys want me to answer here in video format, or put up examples, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll make another video answering those questions, and we'll probably just keep this thing going. Once again, if you like what you heard, or if you want to add anything, or if there's anything that I need to add, feel free to leave in the comments, like and subscribe, and I really appreciate everybody. We're at about almost 200 subscribers now. I just looked over and we're almost at 7,000 views on my budget video. Algorithm's going insane right now, so thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.